What is your view when it comes to data centers, when it comes to the use that they are the drain they are in the power grid, the high
Mm.
utility fees when it comes to the health aspects of it? Yeah, how do you feel about the incoming of data centers
If
within
you
the
will
county?
allow me to be tongue in cheek for just one moment, and audience, I don't necessarily mean this. I'm gonna give you my answer in a second, but I just want to say put it in the inside the beltway because every time you turn around, they're always talking about what they don't want outside the beltway, what shouldn't go there, we should develop, we should, be locked into preservation and stuff like that. And all of a sudden they're saying, well, maybe we can put it in the agriculture area. When no, baby, the rural tier is supposed to be exactly what it was established for in Plan 2035 and it will remain. So put it in your backyard. But the short answer is I'm not a responsive yes or no. Right now, I believe data centers are to our detriment. We don't have the capacity here in Maryland already. We're starting to hear the alarms right now when they're saying that, the energy consumption, even without data centers, it's going to cause problems where we may have rolling blackouts ourselves, so that's going to be a huge issue. And that's for any jurisdiction that puts them in their backyard because we're all on the same grid. So regardless of, if it's in our backyard or another, we're still going to have that same impact. But right now, I don't think that Prince George's County is ready for a data center for the simple fact that of all the environmental concerns, that it does have. And I think there are far more creative ways that we can do to generate the revenue that, we're lacking that we need. For starters, agriculture. I want to bring back ag. But that's something that I've been talking about, equestrian. That was a huge industry. Prince George's County was horse country, and it was huge in farming, and it went from tobacco into winery. So again, and that's a start. We can most certainly move into a different space within agriculture because a lot of people hear ag and they think, "Oh, I ain't going out into no fields," and
I ain't
it's
picking
not
no
that.
cotton no more.
But you know what? Listen, this is sustenance. This is what you need to sustain life. And you should know how to grow food. You should know what type of plant is a pea plant or anything like that, or if it's a tomato or, it's just to be so disconnected from the food is so tragic. And I get the historical context of why a lot of people don't want to go into farming or anything like that. But baby, get out there, touch some grass, put your feet in some dirt. It's so amazing. But back to the agriculture, it's definitely a viable revenue generator. It's a job creator, and it's also a way that we can ensure our food sovereignty and food security right here in Prince George's County. We need to have more farmers markets and farm stores within our communities, and that can close the gap and also increase heart health, by having those choices within our neighborhoods, because right now Prince George's County faces a lot of chronic health issues, namely, heart disease, cancer, and also diabetes. And diabetes is certainly something that can be managed. And, having heart health, there are some healthy people that have heart attacks and everything like that, but we need to do everything imaginable to try to stay on the healthier spectrum. And I say that myself and knowing the makeup of, all the chicken joints that people complain about online and social media. But there are healthier options, and we need to have programs to teach people exactly how those are. So, being in District 9, we're in a unique position to be able to have those relationships with the farmers and also with the business owners here in the county to kind of foster some kind of cycle to start generating and keeping revenue within our county and also ensuring that we have healthier people within our community as well. And again, I also want to get into the food processing and ensuring that we have the available resources for that. We can definitely create a pipeline of students who go into that industry as well. And the market is right for it. We have the available talent for it. The need is there, and I think that we can make it work.